How's it, Godzilla fans, kaiju fans, collectors, and just general people of YouTube? This is Chanzilla 1964 coming back to you with another figure review. This being the second to the last figure review of the 2024. I was going to say this year, but pretty much of 2024. Can't believe it's already been a year since 2023. It's been a crazy good year, so yeah. But today we're going to be reviewing a double figure review. Not reviewing it, we're going to be doing a double figure review. Anyways, we have with us today the Bandai Movie Monster series Little Godzilla and his father counterpart Godzilla 1993, aka Godzilla versus Space Godzilla. So without further ado, let's get into these figures. Starting off with Godzilla 1993 here. Paint and detail for Godzilla 1993. I'm just going to say it right off the bat. For paint is perfect. Everything that's supposed to be painted is painted, and it's done well. The fingernails are painted very nicely. So are the toenails here. Very nice bone white color. Then you got the spines, which are going to be painted from the top of his head all the way down to the tip of his tail. Like I said, everything that's supposed to be painted is painted here. And then there's even this really nice black shading here. For my copy, that is not paint. That is actually glue that was applied to seal or lock this spines in place. But it's going to be painted on both sides here. This black paint is going to be found on the insides of the spines. So, spines, very, very nicely done. Love it. And then you're going to have the mouth and the eyes, which are going to be painted very, very nicely. The eyes are done up very nicely with this kind of white yellowish eye ball. And then you got the orangish red iris with the yellow, and then the pupil. Yeah, that's the best way I can explain it. But the fact that this amount of detail into the eye is impressive, and the eyes look really, really good. They do not look weird at all. Looking head on. Look at that. It's amazing. Since we're here, though, we're going to also have really nice paint for the mouth and the teeth. So, yeah, paint is perfect. And you guys kind of got a preview of detail, but I just really want to get paint out of the way because it's amazing. You got the tongue in Godzilla's mouth. All the teeth are very nicely detailed and painted in. The face is really, really nice. This is indeed the face of 93 Godzilla. No mistake here. It looks really amazing. Actually, the fact that they're able to translate it so well in figure form. And while it looks similar to the other Heisei Godzilla we got earlier in the year, I can definitely say it is not. Especially in respects to the face and the body. The body's a little longer, that's why. And Godzilla now has abs. So, yeah. But you're going to have really nice scaling detail here on the front of Godzilla's body, from his chest to the abs, crotch area to the neck. And then the neck, you're going to have these ridges things. And a nice little added detail is that they have this kind of neck frill. Not really a frill, but these notches, which are akin or kind of remind me of 2002. Yeah, 2002 Godzilla, which is a very nice addition. I like that very, very much. And besides that, you're gonna have these really nice, titular Godzilla skin detail all over his body, going down the tail. Tail very nicely detailed, all the segments here. The texture on this Godzilla is really, really good. And the suit detail, like the folds for the legs and the knees, even the ankles. They have ankle folds here. The attention to detail is insane. Like, you can really tell Godzilla's legs got chunkier and fatter. I guess it was over as time went on, which is kind of with this has to do with too. But yeah, there's even a really nice arm, full detail here. Shoulders, you have a little bit of detail going on for the shoulders. But let's take another look at that face, because that face is amazing. I cannot get enough of this Godzilla's face. This is my favorite between the two that we got, between Biollante Godzilla and Space Godzilla. I'm not really sad to say it because it's well deserved. Bandai did very nice with both figures, but I have to say this figure knocks it out of the park. Like, just anything beyond, like, this is the ideal Heisei Godzilla figure, in my opinion, if you're gonna get a Heisei Godzilla. Yeah. But that is it for paint. But that does it for paint and detail. For articulation, both of Godzilla's arms are gonna move here. There's not gonna be any head articulation. Then there's going to be leg articulation with the legs back and forth very nicely. There is going to be a glue seal at the tail. However, sadly, it is glue sealed, so tail does not move. And that pretty much does it for articulation for Godzilla 1993. We'll get the size comparison at the very end of this, but right now, let's bring out Little Godzilla. This thing is freaking adorable. I cannot with this figure. Anyways, we have the Bandai Movie Monster Series Little Godzilla. In terms of detail is going to be as amazing as his father, and so is paint. You have this very nice chest detail, this scaly kind of chest detail similar to the other Godzilla, except the scales will not be found on his neck. That is where kind of just folds begin, and that's where it just folds. But there's going to be a really nice scaling detail on the chest here, none on the tail or anywhere else on his body. And the chest is going to be painted this very nice beige color, just for his little belly. Nothing on the tail or anything like that, but really nice beige color for Little Godzilla's chest. After the scales, you're just going to have the regular Godzilla skin detail over here for Little Godzilla 2, except just, littler. And that similar deal is going to be found on the back here. It's very, very, very nice. Since we're on the back, let's get to the spines for Little Godzilla. The bubbly cloud-looking spines. They are detailed very nicely, very perfectly. There's even going to be some texture on them, which Bandai didn't have to do. You can see that texturing, right? But Bandai didn't have to do the texturing, but they still did it, which is really, really nice. On Bandai's part. And all the spines are painted on this guy too. Like, there's a lot of love going to these guys. These, Space Godzilla, kind of Godzilla's figures. Yeah, there's a lot of love going into it. I love it. There's gonna start the tail, since we're on the tail. But, yeah. The hands are even gonna be nicely detailed. Got his little Godzilla fingers here. And the nails are gonna be nicely detailed and very nicely painted, all of it. His stubby little feet here. Gonna have that knee, very nicely done knee in my opinion too. I like the knee. No elbow detail too pronounced, but the real kicker, the real star, is the face. Look at that face. The face detail is going to be very, very nicely done. I was going to attribute it to a puppy dog, but it also looks like a cat, because this Godzilla looks like a cat. So I really don't know what to attribute it to, which is why I'm not attributing it to anything except how cute the damn face is and how very nicely and perfectly detailed it is. It captures Little Godzilla perfectly, pretty much. And I love how there's this variation in scales for the scales on his face, where it's closer to his eyes, on his cheeks. I love his little ear, how Bandai did his little ear, and the eyes. The eyes are really the best part of the figure for me. Bandai did a really good job on the eyes, from paint to just the detail in general and their expression. Perfect, practically perfect in my opinion. And you got, Little Godzilla's pudgy nose, of course, over here. So yeah, there is going to be individually sculpted teeth on the bottom. There's going to be sculpted in teeth on the top, but that's not really a big thing because it looks amazing. And there's going to be a little tongue for Little Godzilla. You can see the tongue back there. And everything is going to be painted. Everything that should be painted is painted. And that is something amazing about these two figures, is that everything that needed to be painted and should have been painted is in fact painted. I cannot give Bandai enough credit for the paint and detail that went into these guys. Amazing job. And it's a hell of a way to end the year. I love it. Love it. Absolutely love it. I'm excited for the 98 Zilla figure now. Or sorry, not the 98 Zilla. The 98 Godzilla figure. That's right. I'm excited for that figure to be coming out. Still got to pick up the Super Godzilla. And I think that's about the only other figures coming out soon, to my knowledge. That, yeah, I'm really kind of paying attention to. I know that there's the Bandai Premium Shadow Ghidorah, the one with the USA colors, and the Mechagodzilla 2-pack. the fake Mechagodzilla or the fake Godzilla and then the Mechagodzilla, but I do not be picking either of those up simply because it's not a new mold for fake Godzilla. I already have one. The colors are nice on Mechagodzilla, but I could really, not really care all that much about those colors. Maybe it's something I'll pick up if I ever go to Japan, but that's about it. I'm not paying that shipping prices and whatnot for Bandai Premium. Again, besides the Shimo and Scar King, which are exceptions, and Super Big Godzilla now, but again, totally different story from figures I already have. But besides the point, that's besides the point. For these guys, this is a really good way for Bandai to end the year off for 2024. And with that being said, let's get into size comparison, and I'll fill you in about more hopes I get for figures. Here we are for size comparison for Little Godzilla and Godzilla 93. So, Godzilla 93 Mogera scale up nicely. The two I have an issue with is Space Godzilla and Little Godzilla in terms of movie accuracy. In terms of how accurate it is to the movie, I have an issue with Little Godzilla and Space Godzilla. Playability wise, this is perfect sizing. Honestly, I don't have a problem with it. Again, for playability, this is perfect. But for movie wise, Space Godzilla should be actually no, Space Godzilla is perfect. He's about the same height as Godzilla. Sorry. His shoulder spikes should be a lot taller than Godzilla. A little bit taller, not a lot, a little bit taller than Godzilla, if I remember correctly. For Little Godzilla, he's way too tall, which I don't fault Bandai for, because he, there's only so much they can do for such a small figure, which I'm glad they didn't make him such a tiny, tiny figure. But he's too tall for movie accuracy. But he's still a really good, Little Godzilla figure. Hell, this is the height that Minya should have been. But they didn't make Minya this height, even though Minya had, a lot less detail. So it really is what it is. I think it's a perfect sizing. I really don't mind the size that these figures are. There is something I do mind, however, which is, and you guys can call me out on this, I'm going to say Space Godzilla needs a new figure. That's something I hope for 2025. Space Godzilla really needs a new figure. He needs a new mold for him. I mean, it's a good figure, don't get me wrong. This is a good Space Godzilla figure. I have no problems with that. I had the original one, but it is not at all movie accurate in respect to how hunched he is in the movie and where his crystals are. Not to mention his kind of arm positions and his body proportions are just awkward with this figure, even though his body proportions are weird in general. But it just really doesn't cut it for me anymore, especially since we're getting this. And for Mogera, he really doesn't need any sort of updates because it's perfect. It's Mogera. You can't really screw up Mogera. A flying one might be cool, just a thought, but really the one that I would like to see a remold be done of is Space Godzilla. So Bandai 2025, just putting it out there. Hopefully we get a remold of Space Godzilla here. He deserves some of this love that these guys got. Mogera too, maybe. I don't mind if she doesn't get any though, because this is perfect. This is perfect, mold wise and paint wise too, I guess. Anyways, though, this will do it for today's figure review. Overall, I do think these are two really, really good figures and two really amazing Godzilla figures. If you're a fan of the Heisei series, you should definitely pick these guys up because they are the epitome of Heisei Godzilla figures. Yeah, this is about it for today's figure review, guys. If you guys like this video, do be sure to hit the thumbs up button down below. I'm fumbling my words today because I'm a bit tired. It's been a bit of a long day, but it is what it is. I like to do these figure reviews, and we should get these out before the end of the year, so we're ready for next year. If you guys disagree with me that this is a perfect Space Godzilla and that Mogera instead needs a redesign, which we all know she pretty much doesn't, let me know in the comment section down below. And one thing I will add is, if Bandai makes a Godzilla Jr. and Burning Godzilla, I don't mind Burning Godzilla being this size, but they need to make Godzilla Jr. this height, because in the movies Godzilla Jr. is the same height as little Godzilla. So yeah, also putting that out out there for figure ideas. Yeah. Anyways, though, yeah, let me know in the comment section down below if you think of anything. And if you like what you see on that channel, do be sure to hit the subscribe button. We have one more video coming out, or one more review coming out after this, that being the Big 5 Dream 5, the Bandai Dream 5 box set. The figure set that comes with Kamacuras, Gabra, King Ghidorah, Mechagodzilla 74, and Anguirus. So stay tuned for that. And until next time, guys, this has been Chanzilla 1964 saying, till next time. Peace, peace.